Hey guys, Reed here and welcome to Reed Reborn. Today is a guide on one of the new dungeons released in update 2.5, Keeper of the Lake. To enter this dungeon you need an average item level of 90 or above, and to unlock it you need to progress through the story missions that were released in 2.5. Overall this is a fairly easy good dungeon, but let's move on to the first boss. So after killing some mobs you're going to come to the first boss, Einhander. There aren't many AoEs in this fight, but Einhander does use different weapons to help him. For example, after you burn him down to around 90%, he's going to jump up in the air and come down with his first weapon, which is just a pipe. What comes next is sort of the main mechanic of this fight. As you'll see, some auxiliary ceruleum tanks have dropped, and what you have to do is just knock those to the edge. Keep fighting until around a 70% when Einhander is going to jump up again and come down with his second weapon, which is like a machine gun, and also there will be more tanks that drop, so just knock those to the edge again. You'll also notice a main ceruleum tank. This can't be moved and has loads of health, so there's no need to damage it. You just need to make sure that none of Einhander's abilities touch the bomb or it will explode, so I recommend standing behind him to reduce this. At around 60% he will suck in all of the auxiliary ceruleum tanks, and all you have to do is just knock them all out to the edge again. If you do have AoEs then this is very helpful, but you can just solo target them and knock them to the edge anyway. At 50% he'll drop another main auxiliary tank, so just be sure to keep his AoEs out of the way of those so they don't explode. If one of Einhander's moves is overlapping a main ceruleum tank, it will explode, and when the big bombs explode they do raid-wide damage and trigger everything else. So you'll take a couple of 1,500 damage for that explosion, but as you can see it's triggered off every other bomb. But luckily the small bombs only have a small radius, so that's why you knock them to the edge. But that is pretty much the fight. Just knock the small bombs to the edge and try and avoid the AoEs from hitting the big bombs. After killing some more mobs and deactivating the Garlean barriers, you're going to come onto the second boss, the Magitek Gunship. So a move to look out for often during this fight is Flamethrower. This is just the frontal AoE in front of him. It does last a few seconds, so even once the orange thing in front of him has gone out of the way, I wouldn't run back in because it does last for a few seconds. So another thing to look out for is when the gunship moves to the edge, it will target one random player with a circle above their head and follow them, and whilst it follows it will drop fire. If you get this, try and move to the edge so the fire is dropped on the edge and doesn't interfere with the group. So after the fire he'll do another AoE carpet bomb. This is just a circle out of the floor which you should dodge. Keep fighting, and around 70% 4 rads will spawn. Just take these out as quick as possible. They don't have a lot of health, but they do a couple of AoEs, and it just makes the fight easier. So keep fighting how you were until you get the gunship to 30%, where he'll spawn in a second ad, which is a Cohort Vanguard. This does have a bit more health, but it should still be taken out quickly because it just does straight line AoEs and it just makes the fight a lot easier. But that's the fight. Just keep dodging the AoEs, take out the ads when they spawn, and move to the edge when you get a circle above your head. So after killing more mobs and clearing the ceruleum spill, you will come up against the final boss and face Midgardsormr. This fight has a lot of AoEs, and I'm not going to explain them all because there is that many. So if you see something on the floor at any point during this fight, just dodge it because it will most likely do quite a lot of damage to you. But the fight is, you take Midgardsormr down to 95%. He will then become invulnerable and summon a Mirage Dragon. Just keep burning it down and dodging the AoEs until around 50%, where the dragon will spawn an Astrea. This should be taken out as quick as possible. Once you kill this, a Magitek field generator will drop. Just click on this so a force field spawns, so you get invincibility. Anyone who isn't in the force field by the time Midgardsormr finishes casting this move, they will instantly die. But after that, just go back to the Mirage Dragon and finish burning it down. Once you kill the first Mirage Dragon, you'll go back to Midgardsormr for another 5% before he's going to summon the second Mirage Dragon. This is the pretty much exact same as the first Mirage Dragon, just with some new AoEs that you have to keep dodging obviously, and the exact same again at 50%. The Astrea will spawn. Just kill it as quick as you can and get in the force field to survive. Once you kill the second Mirage Dragon, you'll go back to Midgardsormr for a final 5%. Just keep burning him down until he's dead, and then congratulations, you have completed Keeper of the Lake, and then you can carry on with the new story missions that were released in 2.5. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV videos in the future.